Hey, what's happening everybody? I'm here early in the morning at home on my morning off. Arthur is downstairs and I'm just doing some painting in the house. So as you can see, doing the hallway, starting to come along nicely. So there is no rest for the wicked, but determined to get the house done and make it look pucker. But I've decided to do a video series for you guys. What I'm going to do is a macro tracking video series. So using something like MyFitness and tracking my macros taught me so much. I'd done it consistently for about 2 years, just straight tracking. I used it to get in shape for a photo shoot that I did, and I continued after that, and it taught me a lot about calories and hidden calories and portion control, and I just learnt so much from it. Now I haven't tracked probably for about 7-8 months now. I've just been, because it's taught me so much about, like, I can almost say, oh, that chicken breast has got X amount, that bowl of porridge is going to have about this amount, and I can stay pretty consistent with my diet because I've learnt so much about portion sizes and I can estimate the calories in each thing and the protein and the amount of carbohydrates and fats. So it's taught me, that 2 years of consistent use taught me a lot. Now I'm not saying that you have to use something like that for 2 years to learn, but it's, you know, definitely worthwhile doing it for a couple of months and just getting a general idea of how many calories are in certain things. So then after that, you know what diet and the amount of food you should be eating a day to stay looking the way you want to look. Now macro tracking for me is not about just fitting tons of crap food into your daily calories. It definitely gives you the flexibility to be able to have some foods that you enjoy that aren't necessarily good for you nutrient wise, but you just eat them because you enjoy them. So, you know, I like Reese's peanut butter cups, love them. So, you know, I might fit some of them in every now and again, or on a Friday evening is normally when we'll have a bit of a cheat meal where it's just kind of, we'll eat whatever we like. So it might be a pizza or it might be some sort of takeaway, and then I'll have a dessert afterwards, and I could fit that into that calories if I didn't want to go over. Most of the time on them Friday evenings, I'm not that fussed about the tracking, but at the same time, it's worth tracking it for a little while so that you're not being really consistent during the week, Monday to Thursday, and then say for instance you've cut out 2,000 calories over the course of that week by tracking all week long, and then all of a sudden on Friday evening you go and eat that extra 2,000 calories, then it's going to be detrimental to whatever your goals might be. And a lot of the time that is where people are going wrong. I hear them saying, I'm eating really well Monday to Friday, really well, and I just can't seem to lose weight. But then at the weekend they think because they've done really well during the week they can eat whatever they like, and the majority of the time they're probably just blowing them calories and more, so they're not going to be losing any weight. So I'm going to do a little video series, just try and put out these vlogs as regular as possible. Now they're probably not going to be daily because I'm super busy at the moment, and sitting down and editing videos and stuff takes time as well. So I just want to teach you guys how best to go about tracking and what I do and how it's taught me a lot. So hope you enjoyed the ride, and we're gonna hopefully learn a lot on this journey. Okay, so first things first, what you need to do is you need to download some kind of macro tracking app. And I use myfitness because I just think it's super easy. It's got a huge database on there of foods. You'll pretty much find anything and everything. You can scan barcodes, you can enter the exact grams of food, You can put it in teaspoons, tablespoons, cup sizes, whatever is your preference for measuring. Now, I went into extreme detail when I was doing it, and I used to measure everything out in grams. So I'd measure a chicken breast in grams, I'd measure mincemeat in grams, I'd measure rice, so I could put the exact amounts in. And the other little bits, the added little bits of ingredients like chopped tomatoes and things like that, the majority of the time I wouldn't bother adding in because the calories in them are very minimal. So I was interested in the overall big calories. If I was cooking like a chili con carne or a spaghetti bolognese, then I wouldn't really bother adding in like half an onion and a tin of chopped tomatoes or a quarter tin of chopped tomatoes. I wouldn't really bother doing that because the calories in them are not going to be huge and they're not really going to be an issue. Now, you don't have to track that religiously in terms of down to every single gram, but I did it because I was getting ready for a photo shoot in the past, and I had to be very specific because I was wanting to get extremely lean and drop a lot of weight. So if your goal is to just drop some weight, look good, feel good, then maybe you don't need to be as specific and you can kind of measure things out. There's certain things I would always say that you should measure out, like porridge, things like that, rice, because they're just simple and easy to kind of measure out. And let's drop something. And you know, things like in a bowl of porridge, if you just aimlessly pour the oats into a bowl, they could easily rack up a good few calories. Same with rice and stuff like that. So it's good to measure that kind of stuff, whether it be in grams or cups, or you know, like half a cup of oats or something like that. But obviously the more accurate you're going to be, the better your results are going to be. So first you need to download an app. Into your phone and download an app like myfitness, and then as you can see, it tells you up the top your goals, how much you've eaten that day. Tap onto that day, it shows you breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then you just add certain things in. So they're simple. Apple, 95 calories, gives you the breakdown, carbs, fats, protein in that as well. So it's very specific and very good for reaching your targets. And then up here is to scan the barcode. So I could just scan the barcode of an item of food if I'm in the supermarket, or if I'm out shopping, or I'm out for lunch, or pick up a quick sandwich or something. I could scan the barcode, compare it to some other things. If it's ridiculously high in calories, you've then got to think to yourself, is that high calorie consumption for that thing worth it to sacrifice calories later in the day when that one thing might not necessarily fill me up for very long? And it's also, remember, it's about eating good healthy food. The more single ingredient the food is, more natural, the chances are the lower in calories it's going to be and the more you can eat of it. So here is the first part of my breakfast. So I've got 3 eggs whole, scrambled on top of a bagel, and then I've got protein powder shake, and then I'm probably going to throw in a green smoothie in a little while, and I'll show you that as well. But I'll show you what it comes to on here. So added my breakfast in. I've got 3 scrambled eggs, large, 299 calories, coconut oil, 1 teaspoon, 40 calories, Tesco's bagel, 223 calories, and Impact Whey protein, 98 calories, 25 grams. So that's 1 scoop. And then all I did with the bagel was scan the barcode on the bottom. So it really is that simple. So far, my breakfast has come to 660 calories. I have 47 grams of protein in there, 50 grams of carbohydrates, and 30 grams of fat. So my goal of protein for the day is 150 to 180 grams. Carbohydrates, I sort of fluctuate and mess about with them on a daily basis myself. I don't really listen to the MyFitnessPal recommendations. So that's a pretty solid breakfast. Okay, so it is lunchtime and I have made myself a nice tuna bagel. So I'm having another bagel. Don't normally have 2 bagels during the day, but was planning on going out for lunch, but Arthur's fallen asleep, so not going to go out and grab something else now. So I've just made the most of whatever's in the house. So that is a tuna mayonnaise bagel with some cucumber in there, some onion and some tomato, some fresh tomato. And then I'm going to have one of these Nature Valley bars as well. Yeah, maybe not the best choice, but like I said, it's them little treats that you can put in and track, and you know, it's not the worst choice. It's better than a Snickers bar. So let's have a look at how lunch has come out in the MyFitnessPal. So altogether that lunch comes to 629 calories. So the tuna is 120 calories and 28 grams of fat in that tin. So that's a whole tin of tuna. Tuna is a really good thing to have for lunch. I find it's pretty relatively cheap tuna, tin tuna, and very high in protein. So it's going to fill you up and make you feel satisfied for longer. And then the Tesco's bagel, 223 calories. 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, 90 calories, and the crunchy oat and dark chocolate bar, 196 calories. I haven't bothered putting in the cucumber and the slice of tomato and the spring onions because they're not going to come to that many calories, so there's not really much point. So far that brings the day to 1,289 calories. And then the nutrition. So protein, 87 grams of protein so far in those meals that I've had so far today. 121 grams of carbs and 50 grams of fat. So all in all, looking pretty good. Not a bad day so far. Now, just want to say, look, I'm not recommending this is the perfect diet for everybody. This is just the way I personally eat. It suits me, and so everybody might be different. So if someone is on a, you know, I'm aiming for about 3,000 calories a day, so relatively high. But now if you're a female and you're aiming for, you know, 1,600, around that mark, then maybe you wouldn't go for 2 bagels in one day and take out 400 calories on that. Maybe you wouldn't even add in this crunchy oat bar, because then 200 calories might not be worth it because they're not going to satisfy you that much. So they're the smart decisions that you need to make, but this is the good thing about tracking your macros, is that it helps you make them smart decisions. So it's late in the evening, back from work, and now it's on to dinner. So what I've got is some some mincemeat with garlic and onion and chili flakes, and then broccoli and carrots. I'll show you. So that is what I've got for dinner. Pretty plain, simple, and then we're going to throw that into MyFitnessPal. So still got paint on my hands from decorating earlier. So I'm going to go into, scroll down, dinner, mince, minced beef. So I had half a pack, which was 200 grams. So that is 54 grams of protein, 20 grams of fat. So we'll throw that in there. 428 calories. See that? And then we just put mixed veg, 1 cup, because it's not going to come to much, the broccoli and the carrots. So all in all, a very low calorie dinner. Oh, and I fried it in coconut oil, so 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. So far that takes my day's worth of calories up to 2,000. So I've still got about 1,000 outstanding. Wanted to try and get 3,000 calories in today, but it's been a pretty busy day. So 152 grams of protein, pretty happy with that. 151 grams of carbs, relatively low carb day as I haven't been training, and 84 grams of fat, so quite a high fat day. So because today was a rest day for me, I lower the carbs because carbs are just an energy source, so I don't need tons of carbs on rest days. So I'll ramp up the carbs on training days. So I'm not going to be finished there because I've still got like 1,000 calories left. I probably won't eat an extra 1,000 calories now tonight because it is 10 to 10, but I'll probably try and get down another 500 calories in there with something. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so the last thing tonight I'm going to have to ramp up the calories a little bit is some Yeo Valley yogurt. It's about 3/4 of a tub there, which is like 179 calories. Then going to have some of this mint dark chocolate. I'll show you how we track that. So we're going to got the barcode, scan the barcode. Then it says 2 squares there. I'm going to have 2 lots of that. So we go back 2. So I'm having 4 squares, 222 calories. That's that in there. So that's taken me so far up to 2,406. I'm then going to have some flaxseed in the Greek yogurt and 4 walnuts. So I'm going to mix that in with the Greek yogurt. So let's put the flaxseed in. Let's come down here. Go snacks. Up into here. Flaxseed, 2 tablespoons, 76 calories. Add another snack. Go walnuts in the search. 2, 4 walnuts, 104 calories. So that takes my total for today to 2,586 calories. 178 grams of protein, 198 grams of carbs, 115 grams of fat. And that is going to be me done for today. I'm going to go to bed. It is 11:15 and I've got to get up early in the morning for work again. So I'm probably about 400 calories short of maybe where I want to be. So remember, my goals are completely different to everybody else is out there. I don't want to lose weight, not necessarily bothered about putting on weight. I just want to put on lean muscle tissue. So I will be looking to add a tiny bit of weight. So for me, 3,000 calories is about kind of stabilizing, and that's kind of to keep me kind of where I'm at. So I'm quite happy with where I'm at the moment. So that's like a maintenance level of calories. If I wanted to drop weight, I would drop them calories down and so on. So because I've had 2,400 today, it may mean tomorrow if I go to 3,200 or just over, if I have maybe a little bit of a cheat night, then it's not going to be the end of the world because I've got some calories saved up. So that is day 1 of how to track your macros, and we went into some good detail on MyFitnessPal. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it with friends, give it a thumbs up, and keep an eye out for more content and videos on tracking your food.